Hello, my name is Dr. John Sapola. I teach saxophone and clarinet at Western Kentucky University, and I'm going to play for you the Kentucky Music Educators Association All State Solo for alto saxophone. This is marked at 88. This is in the key of E major, which has 4 sharps. And there are some sharps that we probably don't see as often. For instance, in the second bar we see an E sharp, and that's the same as an F natural, fingered like this. We also have in the second line, the last bar, there's an F sharp because of the key signature, and there's a little X in the second F. That's a double sharp. So you would start normally with the F natural, then you would put a sharp in front of it, and then another sharp. That would mean that we would have a G natural, so or the equivalent of a G natural. So we have F sharp, F double sharp, and then G sharp in that bar. And then in that same bar, the second line, the last bar, we have another E sharp as well. We have a cadenza in the second line in the first bar, and that cadenza basically lets the performer play it at a tempo that's kind of free sounding, but they do give you some rhythms. They give you a series of 32nd notes, 16th notes, and 8th notes, and that's giving you a suggested relation of each of the notes to be played rhythmically. So if I play 30 seconds, let me start backwards so you can hear the 8 notes. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and like that. Now 16th notes sound like 1E and 2E and 1E and 2E and then 30 seconds will be doubling that. 4 down and then 4 up. 1E and 2E and 1E and 2E and 1E and 2E and So if I were to hold out my high E in the cadenza, I'm thinking 1E and 2E and then once I do that, I've set my tempo. Then I can make everything in relation to that. One E and a 2E and a 1E and a bum, 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 bum. Notice that we have an 8th note gets the beat here. And so that means the 2/4 meter really is kind of like a 4/8 meter. Every 8th note is going to get a pulse. So here's an example. That metronome click is on every 8th note. So that means the first G sharp is going to get actually a whole beat. 1, 2 to 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to 1, 2, 3, and 4 to 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 to 2E and a 3, a 4E and a 1, a 2E and a 3. Okay, and so that's the way we're going to count this. So what I would encourage you to do for this particular piece is put your metronome on a slow tempo, maybe about 50 or 55 with each click, and then practice singing the rhythms and the counts. 1, 2, 3. Normally we would put a quarter note gets 1 beat, and then the second quarter note would get beat 2. But in this case, we're going to have the 8th note get 1, and then the second 8th note get 2. Abide by your dynamics. And the last thing I'll tell you is, besides your dynamics for expressiveness, is vibrato. And the way I play vibrato on the saxophone is I have my lower lip and my jaw kind of set, and then I say wah, 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 wah with my air only, not with my vocal cords. And there is, with a steady, steady breath of air, there's a slight jaw movement, but primarily a lip movement to give us a little bit of motion or pressing on the reed. It's not necessarily a biting because we don't have the teeth really biting into the reed, which we don't want to have. But it's just a little bit of a loosening and tightening on the lower part of the reed. I wish you all good luck and thank you very much for listening.